The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Here's a 2nd and 7. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Saw him and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On the set.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, seam 6.
Back to throw. McCord looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah. Happen.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Jones. He completes it to Jones. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
So that'll back him up 5.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal.
General West.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Hey, Haywood.
Throwing Jones. And he's got his man. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Got it.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Get it.
2nd and 6. Gates with a grab. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage. Able to stop him before he can get a good head of steam going.
Down. 18 Gator. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Drop. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Hey, Delta.
Looking to throw. McCord. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On now to kick it away is the punter, Matt Weil. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Here we go, dude. Here I come. Five. 54, right there. 54, Mike. I got you, son. Hey, watch that. You draw quarter. Mike, 54. It's going to be a long day. Fair. Lee Griffin.
On second down, it's Jones. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here we go, set. 18 Gator. Get ready.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Third down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, let go. Mike 96, Mike 96. Hey, they're scared. They're scared. Hey, 96 is coming. We're going to fight.
Back to throw. Jones. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Hey, Sam off. Switch. Check safety. Slam. Kill. Fight.
They'll run on first down. It's Jones. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
At the 47-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
You mind? Watch twist. Go out. Twist. Yes. Shoot.
From the shotgun, a give to Jones.
I got you, boy.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Watch twist.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option.
Well, maybe that can give them a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Check. Bravo. Now.
2nd and 3. And that's complete to Gates. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Get it.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's got this down to the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Raider first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. McCord. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Chandler, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 4.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Jones now. From the gun, he'll throw. He's got his tight end Fant. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a Panthers 1st down, 17 yards on the play.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Jones now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's 1st down.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Back to throw. Jones taking a shot for Samuel. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Topper! Crunch!
Jones. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him play him very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed.
Right there. Hey, exit. Right there, 54 miles. They're going to need some therapy after this. Hey, watch that.
Here's Jones from the gun on third down. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up fourth down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Everyone got four down. Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Come off the ball. 50's the Mike, 50's the Mike. Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball. Hey, wahoo. He can't let's go.
Now Jones throwing on 4th down. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Raider D, they get the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. McCord. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Ready. 70, Indy. It's our field. It's our field. Get it.
On 3rd down, McCord. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here's Matt Weil now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Hey, 50 to Mike.
Jones on 1st and 10. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead. Not so fast. That pick 6 really changes the complexion. Probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now. Probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
Myers connects on the PAT. And that'll make our score 14-7. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Taking a shot for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40.
X3, 218, chopper.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down. Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the third quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better, and maybe they're starting to make some headway.
Just like that. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch.
Ready.
Right back to him on first down. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
You. Hey, Haywood.
2nd and 1. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. T.J. Green with a pick. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity.
Go.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On 2nd and 7, Jones. And he's got the hook up to Moore.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. 3 yards on first, 4 on second, and now 5 on third down. Move the sticks. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. 61, matchbox, lights. Hey, Delta. 96, Mike 96.
We ain't giving up nothing today.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Bullet high.
Let's go, D. Hey, 96. Let's go.
They'll go again to Jones. Fighting through it. He's got space. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Here we go, set. 15 line. 15 line. Five.
Watch out. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Strip the ball. Strip that ball. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike.
Now.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jones got his man complete over the middle. That's Jones. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 42.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Hey, switch gears.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Watch the run.
Hey, echo.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. Target. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Check the tight end.
Back to throw. Jones. Open man is Samuel. Complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's go one more. Mike 54. Watch the pass. Here we go. Mike 5-4.
Bravo.
Mike 5-4. Let's go, D. Big series.
Jones now operating from the gun. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Ready.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now.
Ready.
On first down, McCord. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Looking to throw. McCord under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. McCord. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off inside the 5. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Once again, it's Jacobs. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Taken down at the 19-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 7.
Set, ready, 30 base.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Rock it. 54. Get it.
To throw on third down. McCord. And this is caught by Gates for an Oakland touchdown. From 19 yards away, as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Back to throw. Jones. And he checks this one down to Williams. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open can really generate big plays for an offense.
Hey, Alpha! Check Mike 54. Go! Hey, zoom! 54's Mike. Check.
Here's Jones, throwing on 3rd and long. Taking a shot for Samuel. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Jones on the return. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
A good pickup there, a 22.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Hey, exit.
Going to give this time to the tailback. He's got a first out and more inside the 30. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is now 21-14. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Let's get it. Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3.
Check 52.
On second down now, it's Jones. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On the ready.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Yep.
Motion. Hey, check motion, man. Put your hands on it.
Hey, wahoo.
Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike.
Let's go.
Now Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because This is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, high 7.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
From the gun, Jones. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
On the NFL scoreboard there in the 4th now in Carson. And the Ravens have opened things up there. And if they could hold on to that lead, it would be win number 4 on the season for them. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. McCord. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider 1st down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Smooth.
54 is Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, check, watch 54, watch 54.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Here we go, G, get up.
Hey, team 6, team 6.
Mike 5-4.
2nd and 9 now. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Sharp there with his feet, gets him a little extra space, and then drop just inside the 20. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Looking to throw. McCord caught by Gates, left side. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Here we go.
Hey, Hayward.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Back to throw. McCord to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
And Myers able to knock it through, and that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a two-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Hey, echo.
Mike by four. Hey. Right there, 54, right there. 54, Mike. I'm going to run you over.
Looking to throw. Jones. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 30, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Throw left side complete. That's Wolf. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Watch the screen.
Topper.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. The extra point now coming from Myers. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Hey, Charlie! Kill. Hey, lock it!
Jones throwing on first down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Okay, ready?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Bravo!
Mike 96, Mike 96.
Rock it.
What's the ad?
Look, squeeze. Squeeze grip.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And they were buoyed.